This portion of Utah's Morning News brought to you by Regence Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Joining us live in studio is Dr. Mark Hiatt, Executive Medical Director of Regence Blue Cross Blue Shield in Utah. Doctor, it's always good to see you. I heard on Friday that we had a Utah woman who was the first person in the United States to die of Zika, but I didn't think you could die of Zika.
Well, Amanda, it's true that she did die. It was revealed that late last month that she passed away. We're not sure if it was directly related to her Zika infection. She did carry this infection, but she did have another undisclosed underlying health condition.
So we don't know if it was, so Zika was a part of what was going on there.
Yes, we think that it may have contributed, but we're not sure to what degree.
We were talking about this off the air, Doctor. It's important, I think, to sort of calm the nerves of people because, A, we don't have this species of, I guess that's a proper term, of mosquitoes here that carry the virus, but there are other ways this can be transmitted. Yes,
and that's correct, Tim. The two exotic species that transmit this virus unfortunately are not found along the Wasatch Front. So there's no need for that alarm that we'll be infected by any local mosquito. There is concern, though, in two ways. That is, if you were to travel to an area of the world where Zika is rampant, like in Central and South America and the Caribbean, you could be bitten and infected. A second way is if you were infected by another person who is himself infected. And so this could occur up to 6 months. And so
could be sexually transmitted.
That's right.
That's the only way that person could infect you is if you had sexual relations with that person, right?
That's right. And so it's advised that women who are pregnant or who intend to become pregnant should abstain or should protect themselves.
Now, we're thinking about Zika. We think about the games, of course, in Rio. That's a concern. But there are more health concerns. Today, we had a story, Doctor, about how microbiologists have discovered this super bacteria in the waters where athletes are set to compete down there. Tell me more about that.
That's right, Amanda. Scientists in Rio, in Brazil, have discovered that some of the beaches are plagued with this type of bacteria that is resistant to multiple drugs. They're calling it a super bacteria. Unfortunately, it's in some of the waters where some of the competition this summer will occur, particularly sailing. And so as you can imagine, many of the athletes are a little bit anxious. Some have, in fact, even withdrawn from competition.
Should they be concerned, though? Because the city is saying not to be concerned, and yet I hear people say, but if you have an open wound, a scratch, or you're injured somehow, that may give an entry point for something like that.
That's right, Tim. There is that risk, and there's also that risk of actually being bitten by a mosquito carrying Zika in Rio.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I've got friends that are headed down there, and of course they're saying down there that there is no concern because they're headed into their cooler season when the mosquitoes are not as active.
That's true. There still is, though, that small risk.
Yeah.